who might be on here this Labor Day morning. I want to kind of update you guys on the garden and how things are going over here. Let me spin this camera around so you guys don't have to look at me the whole time. So September 1st, what has changed in the garden? Quite a bit. Our pepper plants are kind of coming to the end. With the heat, we still have a lot of peppers on them. These are all of our Thai chili peppers, and they're pretty loaded. Linda likes to wait till they get red, so we're gonna be letting them get red before we pick them, like this. I already picked today's okra. They're down in there a little ways. Got some okra, and just kind of looking through our stuff here. All of our cucumbers are now been pulled. We started getting aphids real bad, or squash bugs. I don't know if they're aphids or what the difference is, but we started getting squash bugs really bad. And so I took care of them. We pulled them all out and burned them. And then behind those, we planted our cantaloupes. So we planted a whole bunch of cantaloupes here. Not sure if we showed you guys that on a video or not, but we actually did 2 rows of cantaloupes all the way down through there, and they're coming in really good. We've actually got a lot of cantaloupes growing right now. Some of them we planted several different varieties, and so they're coming in pretty good. I mean, that's a pretty good size melon right there. So lots of flowers and buds, and we're getting a lot of pollinators coming into the garden. This is a weed, along with all those weeds. Yikes. We have got to mow those down. You can see way over there, I kind of plowed that, got rid of those old rows, plowed them so that the grass would grow in evenly. Here's another different brand. You can see the different coloring, or different coloring on the cantaloupes. You got this one, and then you've got these smooth, lighter green colors. So Linda wants to see which one are flavored the best. We tagged them. I don't know if we can find these tags right now. We tagged them. I bet it's at the very beginning of the row. That one's almost ready to harvest right there. Guys, look at that. Beautiful. And this beautiful fall weather we're having. I don't know if the 100-degree days are going to come back or not, or the 90-degree days, but we are loving what we've got so far. Let me see if I can find a tag here where Linda tagged them. Here it is. So this is the Athena cantaloupe, is what we've planted here. And I could tell you that we planted them all at the same time. These Athenas, the Athena kind, she planted it basically from here all the way to where those end. So that starts a new kind. They've been the earliest producers that we've had so far, but this one specific plant has produced the most immediately and the biggest. And I don't know if it's the difference in the soil. When we put the soil from our compost pile and we laid them in the rows, maybe this specific soil that we spooned out right here, or shoveled out right here, maybe it got more nutrients on like the fish that we had composting. So I'm really not sure, but you can see the different levels of growth. Like, they're not all equal. Specifically on this side, we planted them all at the same time, and look at these ones. They didn't really produce, like, even some, I think one of them died over here, but like, that's not a high production. They're really small. They've got the same amount of water. We did not water these at all. All we've done is we planted them, we watered them in the beginning, and then we were just too tired to be messing with watering them, so I just left them alone. There's another big old weed right there. Look at that. So that is what's going on with the garden, and we were hoping that they would kind of come over toward this cattle panel that we have here and act as a trellis. And some of them have. Some of them you can see here. This one's kind of trellising itself. as it moves over here. They've wrapped on going up this way. We're hoping that's going to happen. This one's already producing melons. We got some melons right there. It's been a pretty good. This spot's been another really good productive spot as well. Lots of young melons. So, I tried using the diatomaceous earth. Deep down here, you can see all this white stuff. That's the leftover residue from the diatomaceous earth. I think I'm saying that right. But I still had the bugs. And so one day I came in here with a sprayer and 7 dust, liquid 7 dust, and lifted up each one of the branches and sprayed the ground, sprayed the bottom side, and made sure to stay away from my flowers so that my pollinators wouldn't be affected, and sprayed them all. And now all the squash bugs or aphids, whatever they were are all gone. And I'm actually seeing a much higher production of all my cantaloupes now. And every time I pick them up, I don't see no bugs. So to me, that's good. But I was trying to go completely organic without any, not that I'm an organic person, but we just, we have a friend of ours, Virginia. She doesn't eat stuff if it's got stuff sprayed on it, because she's got a very, her digestive system she has to watch out for. So we just try to not add substances to these things so she can have some of them as well. But the problem is our bugs were going to kill us. We were going to not get anything. So I had to use some 7 dust. But you can see the production is being pretty good so far. There's a lot of like small ones. Let's see if I can find. Great. It doesn't have any big melons, but it's got lots of little ones. So I'm hoping maybe it's just a late bloomer. Maybe it'll get some a little bit later. So yeah, so coming into our fall cantaloupes, peppers are pretty much as far as they're going to go. We're kind of letting them see if they get any bigger with this last bit of rain, but don't think it's going to happen. And our tomatoes are pretty much on the decline as well. Once the weeds started getting overrun, we just kind of let them go. Hey Christina, how are you? So here's our tomato plants. They're looking pretty good still. There's some tomatoes. This has been like our best producer right here. Everything else is really kind of falling flat. Like they're just not producing as much. And I trellised them up. I put the wire across, and we put some bamboo on them. And they had good growth, and we were keeping up with the trimming up out of the suckers. But at some point it just gets out of hand. Like these big weeds right here, like they just got out of hand so fast. So you can tell like tomato plants are just not producing much. You think it's good, and then you look around there and look what happened. It got all eat up. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, sorry about, I don't know if it's buffering or if it's bouncing. I'm not sure. Sorry about that, guys. I'm off of my Wi-Fi, so I'm on the cell network. Normally that gets a little bit better video quality. Got some tomatoes here. This looks like poke, a weed that grows. I think it's poke. That's poke, I believe. Not anymore. I just poked it out as well. Okay. So we just need to pick a few of these vegetables here. I'm not going to come and take all the tomatoes. There's too much work. I like to send the kids out to get all the rest of the tomatoes. Guys, our corn did terrible. I think this is the last year I'm going to try to plant corn. If I could grow and sell weeds, I would have a heck of a market, because my garden grows weeds like better than anybody. However, my corn, they fell kind of short. Like they did not do that great. But my okra is doing really well. Let me get my Let me get my bucket here. I know everyone's like, man, you never come on live on a set time. I'm just kind of whatever. I chat GPT'd myself and my YouTube channel, and man, the things that it said, they're hurtful, but they were helpful. But I'm just like, I just don't have the time or effort, I guess, to really build it. It says we have a small niche community, which I really appreciate you guys that are part of the community here. We're real though. Everything it said is just, it's real home stuff. There's no fluff. There's no fake stuff, and that's really what we were aiming for. And if people don't like that, well, they can just keep watching everything that's fake. This is just real life. It might be boring, but that's reality. Everyone's life is somewhat boring. We video everything. The okra are growing really good. Sorry about the side tangent. Okra's growing really good. I'm just afraid that with this cooler temperatures now, we're not going to be getting as much okra. They really like the heat. I think one of the most beautiful flowers is probably the okra flower. Let's see if I can get this focused here. I don't know if I can, but man, they are so pretty. They've got that deep red inside. You got pollen. You can see all the pollen around it. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, there's the pollen. So they're so cool. And they only last a day. And then once the pollen's transferred to each one, they basically fall off of the okra, and the okra grows right out of it. And this is basically the bad bloom. Look at this stuff. Doesn't really have a smell to it, but that's what's on every one of those little okra, is that drying up bloom flower. So that's the update of the garden. It's been a long summer. We tried to keep up with it best we could. Oh, I guess I got one more thing to show y'all. We planted our sweet potatoes, just a few of our what are they called? I can't even think now. But the cutoffs that you cut off from sweet potatoes, we planted them, and this is what they really do take over. Like, they're growing so well in here, and we only planted a few, and we actually thought they died at first because they kind of looked like they went real limp, and then they just came back with force. And we've gotten so many sweet potatoes just growing. You can see them right here at the base of the stems. Like, look at those sweet potatoes. It's just great. And everywhere that one of those was planted, it's come up like that, and it's grown tubers. It's grown the tubers. There's a lot of tubers. I can't wait to harvest these. So we have to wait until all this dies back, and then we can actually go in there and harvest them. But everywhere that one is planted, there's just tubers. And we're gonna get a lot of sweet potatoes. And my wife told me, we only got all these from one single sweet potato that we planted in the dirt, and we cut all the. If someone can tell me on the comments what those things are called, when you cut it right there and right there, what that part is, because it's escaping me right now. But look at these ones. Whoa! Look how big that is. Good gosh. There's a bunch of them now. Those are going to be awesome. See, it's turning green because it's not below the dirt. I need to get the dirt up over it. Look at that. There's another one right there. Just full of tubers. What you got, Dizzy? The slips. Thank you, Linda. She's watching from I'm letting her rest today. She's on Labor Day, so I didn't make her come out here with me. Now she's watching from her phone. But there's so many. I got to get them covered up because that green look like that is not good for them. So I got to keep them covered up. Keep the sun off of the tuber. It's important. Yeah, there's so many. we're gonna have quite the harvest. Our potatoes didn't really do that great, but man, our sweet potatoes are gonna do great. You can see all these slips, they just pull back. And if we were in a warmer climate, each one of these things is a slip. You would cut it right there on that flat spot, and you'd cut it right there. And that leaf right there with that little stem, that right there is the slip. I could cut all these and plant those, and those would all grow sweet potatoes if I had warm enough temperatures, and they would keep growing. We would just continue to have sweet potatoes. So much that the ground is literally cracking because of the growth of them. Like, that's a giant crack in the earth. Look at this. My hand has just disappeared. I'm about to stick it down there and find something I don't want to find. So I've got to cover those up. When we uncover these, there's going to be quite a harvest. And this is good because Linda actually really loves sweet potatoes. Hey, Carol. Hey, Darren. Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming on. Moonlight, thanks for letting me know about that as well. Yes, lots of slips. They're all just, every one of them is growing so well. I was cautioned though. I watched one video. I think it was the Millennial Gardener on YouTube, and he said, you've got to watch out because they're invasive and they will take over your whole garden, so they might come back next year. I don't know how true that is, but what we're going to do is we're going to leave this one lane open for them next year so that if they do come back, they'll grow in the same exact spot. Something I do like about it though is you can see the weeds outside of them, but right where they're at, there's only a handful of weeds. I guess really the overgrowth of these have cut down the shade or the sun. They've shaded all the grass so it actually can't grow that well. There's just a little bit of grass in there. All right, so we did something the other day, guys. I looked on Facebook Marketplace, and our four-wheeler a while back went down, and we've been walking from the house and to the garden every day, and it's good for exercise. But I don't know if one of you guys saw my post that I was like hand dragging a pallet from my food plot. That's because I didn't have a four-wheeler and I had to get my seed in. Well, found Facebook Marketplace. I found a guy named Bill in Avent, Oklahoma, just north of Skiatook, and he had a UTV for sale with a great price on it, and I'm going to show you guys that now. So we actually picked up a used but almost brand new, to be honest, UTV for Linda and I to move all of our our garden supplies and our food plot supplies, carry deer, and it's a Bighorn from Tractor Supply sells it, and we were able to get this. We had saved up some money to buy it, and so we didn't have a payment, and so super helpful. We've waited a long time to have one, and now this is going to be really helpful for us on our farm. Yes, I have a tractor. Everybody knows that. I have a tractor right there. The problem with my tractor is that every time I take the tractor in the ground, if I turn the wheels, I get giant ruts. So this is really helpful because now we can drive it everywhere and we won't rut up our entire property. So that is pretty much the garden in a nutshell. And if someone can help me with something, I want to know is, so these are our blueberry bushes. Everybody knows we planted these this past spring. Some of them are really bright green and some of them are turning brown, and I don't know if they're dying or if they're just going dormant because they've all gotten the same amount of water. We planted them in the same exact way. Can someone tell me if this is normal for blueberry plants? We got another one here. It's still green, but it's going brown, and it seems bigger and more mature. Obviously got some weeds in there. But if that's normal, that would be great to know, so I'm not freaking out. And then we've got some of the end ones here. They're a lot smaller. They're already down to sticks. Is this normal? Does anybody know? Or are these dying? We're gonna have to replace these. And if anybody has blueberry plants coming toward winter, what is the best way to maintain these? Do we need to wrap them with like trash bags, or do we, need to cover them, or are they fine just the way they are? Our temperatures are going to get down to, way below freezing. I think last year we had like 5 degrees. So someone can help us to know. I'm probably going to YouTube it if I don't get no help in understanding it. But there's a weed right there. So yeah, this was the best one. This blueberry right here was called a pink lemonade blueberry. And they didn't turn blue, they turned pink. But they were the best flavored blueberry that we had. And so we really enjoyed those. If you guys have to get a blueberry plant, get this one. Way more expensive than the regular standard one. But man, that one's delicious. I hope it grows and gets a lot bigger. And the pond, guys, is way down. Even though we've had this week of kind of scattered rain, the pond is down probably 2 feet. If anyone else has ponds in Oklahoma, what has the evaporation rate been on your ponds? Do you notice about 2 foot of drop? I'm still concerned that we have a leak, but I'm hoping it's just evaporation and not anything leaking. So been concerned with that. We'll kind of see how low it is. So yeah, Dizzy still likes it though. She's finally gotten over her fears of the water, and now she actually goes and will retrieve stuff from the water. Maybe I can get her to do that today for you guys. Hey, come here. Come here. You want to go get something? You want to get something? Hey. Hey. You want it? You want it? Hey. Hey. Let's get it. Go get it. She always does a circle. Go get it. Hey, go get it. Go get it. She's scared to go get it. Come on, Diz, get it. She don't want to swim today. Now she's gonna commit. She's gonna commit now. There she goes. Good girl. Come on. Come, Daddy. Now she's gonna go put it in the yard, so I have to run over it with the mower. Hey. Throw it. Nope. I lost her attention now. She's gonna try to break it in pieces so I don't throw it back out there in the water. Oh man. Christina, I don't know. No one's asked to take her. And the chickens that we have right now, they even come on the porch and eat her food right next to her. She hasn't killed them. We haven't had a chicken killing in, I don't know, over a month. So I don't know what the deal is. But we're not getting any eggs. Like, the whole part of having chickens. Now we're just feeding them and we're not getting a whole lot of eggs. They're not old enough. October is when our baby chicks start getting old enough to have eggs, and we want to have a bigger flock. But if she's going to keep killing them, like, it's going to cost us. We loved having eggs. My son needs eggs. So if she stops killing chickens, I don't want to get rid of her, but I don't think she's going to stop killing them. And so it's causing me a lot of anguish because she won't leave them alone. Hopefully she stops killing them. You can tell, look how low the water is. You know, that when I built this dock, it was kind of lifted up like this, but that was the whole purpose of building it like this, so that as the water drops, this drops too. And so just to see that it's working properly, this is really exciting for me. Everything is looking really good. I'm getting a lot of grass growing on the pond bank now, and the grass and the moss inside the water, you can't quite see it, but a lot of fish habitat is growing now, and we're seeing a lot of bass activity, you know, in the daytime, morning time. And we've got a video that we're going to be doing about a camera that we got in the mail, and we on that day we went ahead and cast netted in the pond, and we tried to see if there was any baby bluegills in the pond, and I caught a net full, and there was baby bluegills like this big and this big, and that was really exciting to me because now I know that all the bluegills have spawned. We did catch them early enough in spring that they hatched and they made babies, and now I know there's a good food source in the pond going into summer. And we only made one throw, and we probably caught like 50 babies. So that was only one spot in the pond, and that was really good. All right, guys, it's gonna get a little loud. I'm gonna attempt to take you guys over to the food plot for anyone that wants to stay and check out the food plots with us. So I'm gonna start this thing up, and we'll give you a rundown there. Stick with us if you want to. What, you wanna go? Come on. She's gonna get run over. There's the big mom of the chicken. All right. So here's one of the food plots that I, hey, get out of there. You get out of there. That I plan. It's coming in now. Sorry, guys. I'm getting phone calls and I'm trying to hang up on them. So this is going to be our turnip and our radish plant. And so I don't know if you guys went back and saw the short where I was hand dragging the pallet, but I planted everything and hand drug the pallet to make sure all the seed were bedded. And it looks really, I mean, it's coming in really, really nicely. All that green is all just starter growth. And Dizzy's gonna tear it all up. Hey, come out of there. Come here. Get out of there. And then I'll show you guys the back food plot real quick. You guys want to hang on again. Hang on real tight. This is a lot shorter distance. right, so now we're at the back food plot that's underneath our power line here. All this right here I planted early summer for the deer. We're not harvesting any of this, but these are all beans. And so this I was able to plant with, I had a buddy of mine, Derek, he let me borrow his four-wheeler for several months, and I still had it and was able to plant this using that four-wheeler. I'm hoping that the deer are still feeding on all this bean. So this is all beans here, and then there's a strip that goes up right there, kind of where Dizzy's at right now, and then this side right here is all beans. But I left the center cut out. I left it grass, and I didn't plant that because I wanted to till that in with some food plot stuff for the fall, but I still did not want to get rid of this. Most of the time people grow food plots like this in the summer, then they kill it all off and then they plant their fall plots. But I wanted deer to still have food while the next food source was coming up. So what I did, I just left it, and then I tilled it under, and this was just dirt for a while. And then this is where I was dragging that pallet, was right here, so that I could plant all the new food plot, which you guys can see is coming in. And it was a mix of several different kinds of things. I think it had winter wheat in it, and let's see, what else? I want to say that there was some clover, there was some turnips, I want to say there's kale in this one as well. So it's coming in really nice. Hoping that the deer will really enjoy this year, and we'll get a shot at a really big buck this year. But as of right now, I've got corn out right here and a camera right there, and I'm not getting any pictures of deer. Dizzy, come on. So hopefully that changes. All right, guys, well, there's an update to our place. I'll get another video on, something a little bit more edited. Appreciate whoever hung with me this whole time, sticking with us. Let us know in the comments if there's anything you wanted to see. You're moving the camera too fast. My wife is saying I'm moving the camera too fast. Guys, I can't help it. I'm sorry. I'm not the greatest at all this. You need to pan slower, please. Okay, let's try this again. Comments are coming in so much later than what the videoing is, so there, guys. Sorry about, I don't know why it's taking so long to buffer. I've got 2 bars, which maybe that's not enough. We're hoping that it's good. Sorry about all the fast moving. Our phone service just needs to pick up, I guess. Can't keep up with me. All right, well, that's an update to us. Hey, Mom. What? I'm a little too close. Okay. All right, well, guys, I'm going to jump off of here. Let me see here. There we go. I'm going to jump off of here and go back to the house and get some stuff done. But that's an update for us. I don't want to have to update you on our apple trees. We have had a lot of our apple trees die. I think I'm going to dig them up and take them back to Lowe's. I think we've only got like maybe 4 out of all the apple trees that we planted. And our plum tree's growing good. Our peach tree's okay. I wish it was growing faster. But the trees on our property are not as good as the food plots are. So, all right, guys, Love y'all. Hope to see you next time. Talk to you later.